Okay, so will the jury buy Murdaugh's theory? Let's bring in attorney Eric Bland, criminal defense attorney Mark Geragos, and criminal trial attorney Sara Azari. Thank you all for being with us tonight. So they talked a lot about addiction again today, Sara. What do you think the play is here? I mean, I was sitting there thinking to myself, pretty much everyone knows someone who's an addict or, has a family member or a friend who is an addict. I mean, is it possible they're trying to, garner some sympathy from the jury here?
Well, first, Brian, with respect to Creighton Waters going into this rabbit hole, it was a huge mistake. He knew nothing about addiction, much like he knew nothing about a lot of questions that he was eliciting, and sometimes he didn't even know what he was wanting from. Can you stop growling so I can finish? He sometimes didn't even know what he was eliciting from the defendant, which is supposed, speaking of a mic drop, the only mic drop we've had is the Griffin Owens cross-examination in this trial. So let me tell you, his questioning about addiction was absolutely offensive, okay? The idea that an addict steals and lies and cheats and then their whole life becomes one big lie is something that is a fact. I know this personally. I've had my own issues. I know it from my personal life, and I know it from my professional life, specifically having represented lawyers who, like Murdaugh, who have battled addiction. Mark knows, my mentor, who committed suicide after a battle with addiction, who have, gotten into a lot of wreckage in their past and to a point of no return and take their lives. So this resonated with me. It resonates with a lot of people. It is not a defense, but it certainly colors the defense here, and it offers an explanation for somebody who was lying and stealing in the throes of addiction. And Waters should have never treaded those waters. Really, frankly, it was idiotic of him to go there.
Okay, I'm back with Eric Bland, Mark Geragos, and Sara Azari. We're also joined now by jury consultant Richard Gabriel. And Richard, I want to start with the. Oh, okay, we lost Richard. Let me go to Mark. Oh, he's back. Okay, Richard's gone. He's back. We got you finally, Richard. I'm really curious what you think about what the jury's thinking about this, because it's already so crazy, everything about what they've heard for the last month. And now he's talking about the assisted. Looks like we lost him. Let's go to Mark. Mark. They've got to be confused, right? I mean, there's all of these crazy stories already, and now we've got an assisted suicide that he lied about afterwards. So another lie. I mean, do you think that how is the jury processing all this, Mark?
Well, my experience with jurors, and I've tried my share of murder cases, most jurors want an explanation. And by the way, the explanation he gave resonated in terms of somebody who just didn't want to deal with this anymore. I can't tell you the number of clients that I have had who, when facing this kind of calamity, think about suicide. It is not uncommon. I can't tell you the number of clients I've talked out of committing suicide when they're facing not murder, but lesser charges. It's a horrible, horrible position to be in. I just think, we keep saying, what are the jurors thinking? Jurors are like anybody else. They're human beings. They see somebody who's testifying there. What other explanation is the prosecution going to give you for why he went to this kind of ridiculous scheme with Cousin Eddie, other than the fact that, yeah, he wanted to check out, and this was a way to leave something for the other son?
Yeah, I mean,
which is,
I think,
what are you going to
Mark,
give me? That he wanted sympathy? Eric,
no,
I've heard that. It's as ludicrous as the financial motive.
Well, Mark, I'm not saying that.
What is there?
He wanted to direct the attention away from him. Please let me finish. He wanted to direct the attention away from him. Wait! That he didn't kill his wife and kid, and
Eric,
that there was somebody out there that was trying to shoot him.
So you think, Eric, that he didn't? Eric, do you think he actually didn't want to die? Eric, you think he didn't want to?
He did not want to die. He did not want to die. He wanted to divert the attention on the investigation away from him because SLED was coming after him that month.
Look at
the timeline. Don't just pop off.
Let me just
Sarah, what are you trying to say, Sarah?
Reality. The reality is that criminal.
Sorry, quickly, what were you saying, Sarah?
It's just so absurd.
Yeah,
It is absurd. I mean, it is crazy.
all I want to say is this. Waters tried really hard to conflate a couple of issues. He tried to conflate the lies about the financial crimes, which he was admitting left and right. I lost count how many times he said, I lied about this, I cheated this guy, I took money from this guy. And he wanted to conflate those with the lie about the kennel. Then he wanted to conflate the idea that on June 7th that he murdered his family with the idea that he was taking his own life. And I think Murdaugh did a very good job at drawing a distinction, saying that accountability was not at my doorstep on June 7th. It was. I hit rock bottom in September. I got fired, if I hit rock bottom, if accountability is at my doorstep, I kill myself, not my family. I thought that was a great explanation. Now, there might be Eric Blands on this jury, but I assure you, not everybody's Eric Bland.
Okay, let's
Eric
get
Bland
to some
is
calls.
very unreasonable.
I'm very curious.
He has no human experience
I'm
as a
very
parent.
curious. Hold on a minute.
That's
I'm very
great.
curious what the people.